Hey everyone, it's Stacy here with another video for you. Today we are finally going to talk about 50 Shades of Grey, this crazy and sexy trilogy that got everyone talking about. First of all, I have not read any of those books because honestly speaking, that is not the kind of story that gets me reading. Second, I don't have the patience to go through pages and pages of raw description of something I am not into, which in this case is BDSM. If you don't know what that means, don't worry, I looked it up. It kind of means bondage, dominance, sadomasochism. But please don't quote me in case I misunderstood it. So before I get tagged as a prude and conservative person, let me preface by saying I am definitely far from that. However, there are certain things about the bedroom that won't make it to my private menu. But that doesn't mean I can't get a glimpse of how that works for some other people out there. And that is what made me go see the first movie. And I have to admit I was quite surprised. I was actually impressed by the amount of romanticism portrayed by the characters. And though the book may have stronger scenes, those didn't quite make it to the big screen, turning the movie into something romantic. I loved it so much that for weeks I was hooked on the idea of meeting someone so passionate and dedicated. The soundtrack is amazing too. And being a trilogy, they got me hooked at the end, longing for the sequel, which came out, I think, about 2 years later. The first one was in 2015, the second 2017. Yes, so when number 2 came out, I got my ticket and boom, I was again in love with the whole romance. That's when I almost considered getting started on the books, so to know a little bit more. But then I realized maybe that won't come as strong as on the screen. With movies, you have the visuals, the music, the atmosphere. That can also be achieved with an inspiring book, but the subject never spiked my complete interest. So I skipped them once again. This year, though, they released the final installment, 50 Shades Freed, and I was more than ready to give it a go because the end of the second movie got me hanging on my seat. Some new and twisted characters had been introduced, creating more mystery and excitement. The story ended with a cliffhanger and I couldn't wait for the final straw. But was the third one as good as the last one? Not really. Those new characters never came back. Romantic? Yes, maybe a bit more than the others, but the pace left a bad taste in my mouth, which got me thinking. If a 500 pages book does not have enough to keep you entertained on the screen, I'm glad I've never started on them. All in all, the 3 movies that were based on a worldwide bestseller had their own personality, probably designed to attract those less interested in things they do not understand or those who did not have the time or patience to read the books, like me. The movies don't necessarily need a guide for you to understand what it's about. It's all about entertainment. The criticism is still harsh. The poor writer even has some bad encounters with the media, but you can't deny how curious people are. The books sold millions and millions of copies, and the first 2 movies made almost $800 million. I'm sorry, but E.L. James is a genius. I wish I had that talent. I am a romantic person, and even though the subject is still a mystery to me, the movies kind of gave me a feeling of being in love, and I am glad about that. So, do I suggest them? Oh yeah, why not? It's only a movie. At least you will spend 2 hours in the theater enjoying your popcorn and maybe the company of a friend. As for the books, I still think I'll pass. I've had enough doses of Grey, so I'm good. Well guys, this was my short review of the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy. Please let me know in the comments below if you saw them, liked, hated, whatever. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a fabulous day. Bye!